I'm Dr. Lauren Toba from Capturing Gratitude, and I'm here with Elise Bialylew from Mindful in May and the Mind Life Project. We're here in Byron Bay. Welcome.
Thanks. It's great to be here.
Elise, what are you grateful for in this moment?
First of all, I just want to say that I love that question because I think that it immediately draws my attention to the goodness in life. And I think that, as someone said, who I can't actually remember who it was, but where attention goes, energy flows. And when you put your attention on what you're grateful for, that energy of gratitude fills you. And we have a choice of how we live and what we're focusing on. So for me, that question is a really powerful one, and it just immediately brings my awareness into this present moment and what is beautiful about it. And it brings me back to the most essential thing, really, which is just breath. Yeah, it really makes me feel like grateful to just be able to just sit here and just feel the breath. Such an essential part of being alive. And you know, I always go back to the physicality of being a human and being a doctor and having witnessed a lot of people without their health. You know, it just makes me feel blessed and grateful to just be able to sit here without pain and just enjoying breathing.
It's the simple things.
Yeah.
Just to be able to breathe,
Yeah.
for your health.
Yeah. Can I add one more?
Yeah.
There's so many.
Absolutely.
See, I think that's the other beautiful thing about the question. When I'm asked that question, it's like things just come flooding towards me. You know, just random things spontaneously arise of all the things I'm grateful for that I start noticing.
Yeah.
And being in Byron on a holiday for me is, I think, one of the things I love and I'm grateful for is the sound of the birds. Those birds that have that particular sound that are associated for me with relaxation and ease and taking time out.
Nice. And we've got a few of those birds around here today.
Yeah.
So, Elise, you've become a mother recently. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How has becoming a mother changed about what you're grateful for?
Well, I think the first thing, and maybe the most obvious, is having this being in my life that wasn't there before, my little girl Anushka. And, you know, every minute of every day, just seeing this little human. And so the gratitude that I feel for that is pretty immense. And again, I think on a kind of scientific, biological level for me, it's like, wow, like how did that even happen?
Where did she come from?
Yeah, how does that even happen? So then there's gratitude for the body and for the intelligence of the body. And I thought a lot about that when I was pregnant, just the way that we try and control things, we can try and control things and not trust. But then my body, like while I was busy, perhaps, you know, running Mindful in May or doing a project, how my body was just like intelligently creating this project of its own without me even doing anything, you know. I think also because motherhood fills your life completely, like fills all of your moments. I think that it makes you, well, it's made me very grateful for really small things, like just actually being able to go for a walk on the beach by myself. That it just feels like the most luxurious, spacious, relaxing experience because I love being with her, but also having that space to connect with myself still, I think becomes even more amplified than it was before.
So again, coming back to those simple things, those simple moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a gratitude practice, or how do you bring gratitude into your life?
I think it used to be an active practice for me. Like I did the gratitude journal where I would record 3 things at the end of the day, write them down.
Yeah.
Then other things I did were family dinners on Friday night. I would always instigate going around the table and asking everyone at the family dinner something that they're grateful for.
Nice.
But I think now it's less of a formal practice for me, and it's actually, I feel that it's become quite integrated into how I live. So it's almost like I'll just be walking through my day and like something will come up and I actively feel grateful for it. And I think that connects to what we know now about the things that we practice become more wired into us as habits and patterns and neural pathways. And so I think that it's good to have a habit initially, but then after you do have a habit, I think that things just sink in and become like an inclination of your mind.
So instead of it being an actual formal practice, it becomes like a way of being in the world.
Yeah. There are also other ways that I think, particularly in difficult times, I've noticed that I'm very conscious of turning to gratitude quite intensely as a way of balancing out what's going on. Because I know that, again, one of the things I've learnt through my meditation mindfulness practice is the way that we actually have a choice in how we're paying attention, and so I really use that to my advantage now, particularly in challenging times.
Yeah, and this is one of the things that I've really found as well, that gratitude is at its most powerful when times are hard, and we can find that silver lining, we can find something to be grateful for. Would you be able to share one of your own experiences where you
sure.
found
I think the freshest would probably be actually entering into motherhood for me, because I had a bit of a turbulent entry just from various physical complications that I experienced, which made the going quite rough, and I really needed to turn to gratitude in that time. And I actually found a really powerful way of doing that was I created a WhatsApp group on my phone. And I did that with 2 other friends of mine, and each day we would just check in on the WhatsApp group, and it would be like a comment, or it would be a photo or a video or something. So just a mini gratitude group. And actually the other 2 friends were also going through a little bit of a tough time. So that I think that even had more power, because we were all really committed to that practice. And it was just really, really helpful, because it really kept me, even though I was in a lot of physical pain, it kept me focusing on the things that were good, even if they were small.
What an amazing idea. I love that. Really bringing your community in with your
Yeah.
awareness.
And I think I love technology, A lot of people ask me with the work that I do in meditation, isn't it a bit of a contradiction that you're doing meditation and you're using the online space? But I really think it isn't. I think it's actually crucial that we can integrate awareness, gratefulness into the technology and how we use it. But one thing I did like particularly about the WhatsApp group was it was different to perhaps using Facebook or one of the other tools, because it's very undistracted. Like when I go on WhatsApp, there's no risk that I'm going to end up down the rabbit hole of Facebook and sort of taken for 3 hours on a trip.
Yeah.
That was quite good.
So I'd like to hear about what you're grateful for about yourself. We often talk about what we're grateful for in other people or in the things that we have in our life.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in, what qualities in yourself are you grateful for?
I think the number one quality in myself that I'm really grateful for is my curiosity and my really strong drive to learn, because it keeps me really excited about life. It's like there's always a new adventure. It's taken me physically to really exciting places all over the world, just in pursuit of what I want to learn more about, whether that was West Africa, percussion, Cuba, dancing, it's just so many different places that my curiosity and desire to learn has taken me. And I think also I'm grateful for the aspect of learning about myself. Like I'm really interested in learning how to be the best person I can be, and I'm really grateful for that, because it means that I'm committed to turning difficult times into opportunities for growth.
I'm grateful for that in you too. So my last question for you, Elise, is do you have any advice for the people watching this video about how they can incorporate gratitude into their day?
Well, I think some of the things that we've spoken about, like the gratitude journal, actually recording that. And if you haven't got a gratitude practice, I think that's a really good one, to just note down 3 things you feel grateful for. I think actually I interviewed Tal Ben-Shahar, who's a positive psychologist, as part of Mindful in May, and he spoke about gratitude and the research that's been done around recording things you're grateful for from your day, but there's actually an additional piece of information, which is research has shown if you actually put down what you are anticipating you're going to be grateful for the rest of the week, for some reason that has another level of impact. So that's another piece that can be added. I think that I really enjoy, if you're sitting with family, if you have an opportunity to sit with family and have a meal, I think it's a really powerful practice to do gratitude together in a group. And that way relationships can support gratitude as well.
Yeah, and I love the way you did that with the group, with the WhatsApp group, and the way that you're doing it around the table as well at different times. So there's so many different ways that we can bring that community into it.
Yeah, I think that's a really important piece. I think it's so easy for us to fall off track sometimes, and I think relationships can be a really powerful way to help us to bolster that commitment to whatever the practice is that we're doing.
Thank you so much for taking the time to sit here with me today.
Yeah, pleasure.
One of the ways in Byron Bay that we like to express our gratitude is to give a big hug. Can I give you a hug?
Yay!
So lovely.
Thank you.